Okay, now I'm going to show the Navisworks solution for capturing quantity changes from a model update. And so this is done by using the Analyze Changes tool. So first, I'm going to append in my original model, it's an NWC file. I'm going to make sure everything's on shaded mode. And I'm going to perform a takeoff. So I have to set up my quantification workbook. I'm going to pin that open. I'm going to use no catalog for this example. Imperial, and change my volume to cubic yards. Finish. And I'm going to use the dump method to do this takeoff, meaning I'm just going to drag the entire model tree in. So there I have my complete takeoff of this building. And now, let's say I have an updated model that I received from the architect. And I want to see what changed. So I come in here and I'm going to append in my revised model. And then I'm going to delete. I'm going to just click on that, and you can come down and just delete the original model. Yes, I'm sure. And now I'm going to come here to my quantification workbook. And over at the far right, there is a button called Change Analysis. And so I'm going to click on that, say Analyze Changes. And it goes through and looks and see now with this new model, is there anything that's different? And so as I scroll down, you can start to see these little icons here, a blue circle with an eye in it. That indicates something's changed. And so if you click on one of these, you can see at the summary level, it says item has takeoffs with changed model items. And then down here at the detail level, it'll tell you the actual quantities that changed. And so for this item, let's scroll over to where you get the quantities. Now you see these little blue areas. It says model property changed, and it added 46 square feet for this particular ceiling. Okay, so if we click on there, we can push page down. That's a shortcut to zoom to what's selected, and we can also just say hide unselected, and that'll show us that model item that changed. There's also the volume that changed and some other quantities as well. So these are going to be riddled throughout my quantification workbook. You see all these different places where there's that logo for a change. So in order to adjust your change or to update it, we come here and select the item that has been changed. Sometimes there's multiple, so what I like to do is click on the status and it'll sort by status. And then I'm going to scroll all the way down to where they both are. In this case, there's two items that changed. Select a cell in each of those rows, and then you can right click and say select row. And then right click again and say update from model. So what that does is it updates those new quantities in there and gets rid of anything that flags them. So now I have an updated quantity for this line item. And you can go through, and it's a good thing and it's a bad thing that it makes you go through one by one. There's There's no way to just do a global update for model all in Navisworks. You have to physically go through each item and update the quantities. It's good because it forces you to actually look and see what changed. For this same time, I find it kind of annoying sometimes where I'd like to do things quicker. But it is what it is. And so let's go down to the next item and let's look at I think this is in the door category. And yes, this is in doors, and then we're here, the STC 45 36 by 84 doors. And so if we hover over this, it says this model item was deleted. And so in this case, it's still sorted by status. So these at the bottom, I'm going to select all of those. You can also click on this update button and say select row the same way. And in this case, you can't update selected. You have to delete the selected takeoff because that's what these were. These were deleted items. And then that deletes it. And then it looks like there was one item that actually was just a changed value. And so we right-click, select, right-click, update for model. And so now that has been updated. And so that is how you perform change analysis and to get updated quantities in your model.